Bitcoin is down by about 50% since its peak, and people are freaking out because people have lost millions of dollars, and some huge institutions have even lost billions of dollars. And a lot of people don't seem to understand what exactly has happened to Bitcoin. Just recently, there has been predictions that Bitcoin is about to cross $1 million per coin. So you should hold to your Bitcoin. Why would you sell your Bitcoins at $120,000 when the price of Bitcoin sooner or later is going to be $1 million or maybe $10 million per coin? And this is not the first time that Bitcoin price has collapsed. If you just zoom out and you look at the history of Bitcoin price, you will see that there has been a crash in 2022, there has been a crash in 2020, there has been a crash in 2017, and it seems like the price of Bitcoin moves in cycles. But here is the reality that most people don't understand, that Bitcoin is one of the biggest wealth transfers in history. It has probably moved or transferred more wealth than any other asset. The value of Bitcoin is determined by the price that people pay for it, but it does not actually have an intrinsic value inside it. And I will get now criticized for saying something like that because people who are believers in Bitcoin will tell me, no, the value of Bitcoin comes from its network. The more people are going to use it, the more valuable it is going to be. Well, that has a lot of truth to it, but there is one huge problem with that argument. Let's say that I buy Bitcoin for $50,000, and now the price have increased to $100,000. I purchased it for $50,000 and I sold it for $100,000. Now, the question is, why did the price of Bitcoin has doubled over this period? Well, because the network or the number of people who use Bitcoin has doubled as well. Then the next question is, then why did the price of Bitcoin has fallen from $120,000 to as low as $65,000? Well, if the increase in value was because there was an intrinsic value inside it, then it is not really possible for the price of Bitcoin to fall that much. But if you look at the price of Bitcoin, it's always volatile. It jumps up and down. And that's because Bitcoin is a big wealth transfer mechanism, and it's used by Wall Street, and its price is constantly manipulated. I'm gonna get criticized for saying something like that as well, but in this video I will explain exactly how the price of Bitcoin is consistently being manipulated. You can use that as a method to make money because when you know how the price is manipulated, you can buy low and you can sell high. But most people or the most average investors don't understand how the price of Bitcoin is manipulated, and that's why Bitcoin is this perfect mechanism where Wall Street is literally ripping off the average Bitcoin investor. Wealth is consistently being moved from the average people who are buying Bitcoins to the wealthy individuals. Have you realized that the price of Bitcoin either dramatically rises or dramatically falls? The price of anything in a free market is determined by supply and demand. If there is a lot of demand for anything, the value or the price is going to rise. If there is a lot of supply on the other side, the price is going to plummet. So to understand the price of anything, all you have to do is to take a look at the demand and supply. And the problem with Bitcoin is that the vast majority of demand for Bitcoin is completely artificial. Now, I will get a lot of criticism for saying something like that, but that's the reality. And it's not a secret. If you look at the leverage ratios in Bitcoin, there is literally like 50 to 1 or 100 to 1. And that means that with a single dollar, you can buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. What exactly does that mean? So if I have $1,000 and I'm going to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoins today, I can use a leverage ratio of 1 to 100, which means that now I have created with $1,000, $100,000 worth of demand for Bitcoin. And because the basic laws of economics says that demand and supply determine the price, what exactly happens with the price of Bitcoin when I have created $100,000 worth of demand for Bitcoin? Obviously, the price of Bitcoin is going to rise way faster than if I actually just use $1,000 to buy Bitcoin. Does that make sense? Now, this is just one simple example for you to understand the methodology. Now, if I'm going to use the exact same methodology and do the exact same thing with $1 million, now suddenly with just $1 million, I'm creating demand for Bitcoin worth $100 million. So the main reason that the price of Bitcoin dramatically rises every single time is because of so much leverage that is involved in Bitcoin. People are not using real money to buy Bitcoin. And when the demand for anything is artificial, sooner or later it is going to evaporate and it's going to disappear. Because that artificial demand or the leverage ratio that I have used, I have to pay an interest on it, which means that sooner or later I have to give it back, which means that that demand is going to vanish, which means that the price of that asset should come back to the price that it was before that artificial demand was created. So with $1 million, I'm creating demand for Bitcoin worth $100 million. Instantly, the price is going to spike. That is going to attract a lot of other Bitcoin buyers. They will also use their leverage 1 to 100 or 1 to 50, and they will create more artificial demand for Bitcoin. So $1 billion worth of demand for Bitcoin is instantly going to turn into $100 billion worth of demand for Bitcoin, and the price is instantly going to rise. But everybody, especially the professional investors, understand that the vast majority of that demand is artificial. That demand doesn't exist. Everybody has used leverage to buy Bitcoin. So if you're a smart person and you are there in Bitcoin because you want to profit out of Bitcoin, what do? You're going to sell your Bitcoins. Suddenly, a portion of that artificial demand has actually evaporated and the price of Bitcoin plummets. When the price of Bitcoin drops even slightly, what happens to your Bitcoins? If you put just $1,000 and you took a position worth $100,000, now the price of Bitcoin has dropped by 1%, so you already lost your $1,000. Your position will get automatically liquidated. Now, $100,000 worth of demand for Bitcoin instantly evaporated. Now, take the exact same analogy and apply it to everybody else. And that's why the price of Bitcoin dramatically falls. It can't just fall slightly because everybody's portfolio or everybody's position instantly gets liquidated, and there is going to be a massive supply of Bitcoin in the market and a very little demand on one side. And that's why the price of Bitcoin either dramatically rises or it dramatically falls down. But how do you know that the price of Bitcoin is manipulated by Wall Street? Since the size of Bitcoin itself is not actually huge, currently it is valued at $1.3 trillion. Now, $1.3 trillion is a lot of money, but if you compare that to the stock market, it's worth like $70 trillion. So a few ETFs or a few hedge funds with tens of billions of dollars or even hundreds of billions of dollars could potentially buy billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. So what do these Wall Street investors do? They will create an artificial or a real demand, I would say, for Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin starts to rise slightly. That is going to attract a lot of average investors who are going to use leverage to profit from Bitcoin. When the price of Bitcoin instantly starts to rise and it reaches another height, what do you think these Wall Street investors do? They instantly start selling their assets. So the reason that the price of Bitcoin has crashed dramatically since November is because hedge funds in Wall Street, ETFs, and huge financial institutions that own a lot of Bitcoin, they sold $7.2 billion worth of Bitcoins since November last year. That led the price of Bitcoin to dramatically fall. And because the vast majority of demand for Bitcoin was artificial to begin with, everybody's position was automatically canceled, and all that artificial demand using leverage that drove the price of Bitcoin to $125,000 to begin with instantly evaporated, and that's why the price of Bitcoin plummeted to as low as $65,000. Now, that happens every single time whenever there is a lot of leverage in any asset. If you go back to 2008 financial crisis, one of the main reason, if not the main reason, that the housing market turned into a bubble is because there was a lot of leverage involved in that asset. Suddenly, the entire housing market turned into a bubble and then it crashed. Now, Bitcoin is not going to crush the global economy just like the housing market did, because the housing market is the backbone of the US economy, and the United States economy is the backbone of the global economy. If you go back to 1920s, before the Great Depression happened, it was the exact same reason that crushed the stock market back in 1929 and led to the Great Depression. Because stock prices in 1920s began to dramatically rise, and people began borrowing money to invest in the stock market. And that's why after the Great Depression, there has been a series of laws that prevents investors to have really high leverage ratios in the stock market. But we don't have these laws when it comes to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is not just specifically related to the United States. Like the Bitcoin market is the global market. Even if you have like laws in the US that prevents brokers to offer you like leverage ratios 1 to 100, there are many countries that don't have this kind of rules, which means that brokers can actually offer leverage ratios to the rest of the world 1 to 100. And because Bitcoin is not like a US asset, like an Apple stock, Bitcoin is traded all over the world across different exchanges that offer leverage ratios to 1 to 100. It easily can turn into one huge bubble and then burst. And that's why every single time you see a dramatic rise in Bitcoin price and it falls, you just have to understand one simple thing. Now, billions of dollars worth of wealth was transferred from the average people who don't understand how the stock market works, who don't have the skills, who don't know how to analyze them, into wealthy Wall Street investors. And that's why every time you're investing, whether you're investing in stocks or Bitcoin or any asset, it is extremely important to understand how the market works. It's extremely important to understand the dynamics of the market. If you have the right skills, you can actually predict Wall Street and you can make money alongside Wall Street. But if you don't have that, you're going to consistently lose your entire fortune, your entire wealth, all the money that you're working and making with your blood and sweat. So if you want a step-by-step guide on how to do that, check out the first link in the description of this video and finally start making money with crypto or stocks.